If I can, and always get a nice little job for a Friday morning. As you can see, there's just a bit of corrosion on the top. Again, this one along there is all, you know, corroded away, so we're going to change that for a decorative one. Let me know what you use, drop a comment below, tell me why I should go. Is it 557 or 577? One of the two. Fucking every time. Airlocks, every single time. We've all done it. Spits everywhere, it goes all round. Touch wood. It goes alright because I don't want to jinx myself with the easy job on a Friday, which I'll probably have already done. However, unfortunately, my grandson has fractured his foot, so tomorrow morning I've got to take him to the fracture clinic in Warwick to be plastered up. I like to try, if I can, and always get a nice little job for a Friday morning. This one is for a mate of mine. He's asked for this to be done before Christmas. He said there's no rush. Finally managed to get time to get it done. So what we're doing is replacing this rad. As you can see, there's just a bit of corrosion on the top. So he wants this one changed. He's got a decorative one for there. Again, this one along there is all, you know, corroded away. So we're going to change that for a decorative one. We may have to just pop that capping off a little bit and do what we've got to do there. And then also he's got an outside tap. I think it's, yeah, it's got an outside tap that's been roguely fitted. So what we're going to do is, and it's behind the washing machine or dishwasher, so we're going to move that across ever so slightly, put a new outside tap in there, patch that hole up, and get some bits done. And he's also got, where we drain the heating down to do them rads, he's got a valve on the first floor, just a TRV that he wants changing. So nice little job for a Friday. Touch wood, it goes all right because I don't want to jinx myself with the easy job on a Friday, which I'll probably have already done. So right, got the hose out, the branded company hose. We'll get it drained down and get it off. Also nearly forgot a little basin to change as well, so we'll have to whip that boxing off. I think Phil's got another little corner basin to go on there, so we've got that changed as well. We'll get it drained down first, hose connected, boiler's behind there, which is handy. Hose out, I'll put that into the bed at the bottom and get it drained down. So this is that rad upstairs. We just want to replace this TRV because, as you can see, it's all corroded. I think Phil said it was leaking somewhere. It's got plastic 10mm to it. A bit strange, you don't see that a lot anymore, but got a replacement one. Luckily we can take this nut off here, nut off there, and just change the body of it. There's no point in taking all that lot out and get it swapped out. I might see if there's any play in that pipe when you take it off. I might be able to just cut it, get that old nut off. If not, we'll clean it up, but at least I'll have one that's not leaking. It's all good. Yeah, we've got a little bit of play in that pipe, so I'll cut this off here, take this nut off, and then we've got a reducer kit, I think. Yeah, these ones come with a reducer kit to 10mm. I'll just slice that there. There we go, sorted. New valve on. So we've got a new rad going on here, and they've just painted behind there, so that when the rad goes, the decorative rad's going on there, where they're going to chuck a bit of paint behind here. We've got new valves here. I think the customers bought them little draping TRVs, but again, 10mm. So I think I've got some reducers in the van. I'll have to have a look. If not, I'll have to shoot off and grab some. But yeah, the whole house seems to be 10mm plastic. So that's the tails made up. I use Loctite 55. I switched from PTFE tape to Loctite 55 in the summer when a few people were on about it, so I thought, right, I'll give it a go. Now everyone's dropping in my comments saying you should use 557, is it like the liquid one? I prefer wrapping, you know, physically wrapping something round. I don't think I'll be able to rest by just putting a liquid on it. Might be wrong, might give it a go. I might get some and give it a go, but I like to physically feel that sort of thread paste going on. Let me know what you use, drop a comment below, tell me why I should go. Is it 557 or 577? One of the two. But yeah, that's what I use on that one. So these decorative rads can be a right pain to fit because you've got fixed points for the lugs. Just take your time in marking them out. Make sure everything's level, follow your lines through, level your lines through, and always just work it out. Measure twice, drill once, all that sort of jazz. They can be a right pain. Just take your time with them. That is my tip of the day, because I know I've done them before where I've just absolutely lost the plot with them because either the fixings in the walls move around or whatever. But just take your time, get it levelled up, get it levelled through, and you'll come good with them. Luckily this one fits a treat. That's that decorative rad done. We've now got to take this basin off and put a new one here. The customer's got a basin, so I've just made this up, silicone the waste in. As I always say, I personally always silicone the waste in. I don't use these washers. I've just had so many times when I've not siliconed it in, I've gone, I'll try the washers, see if they're all right, put them in and it's leaked. So I'll just completely bin them off now. Silicone the top, silicone the bottom, pop it in, and they're good as gold. So we'll get this other basin out now and get this one in. Hopefully it's a fairly straightforward sort of fit. So I'm just going to take this boxing off the back, turn the water off, take the boxing off the back and see what's going on. So it looks like we've packed it off here. We'll just whip it off there and get the flexes off, get the waste off and see how close the new one is to matching up with that one. So we managed to get that basin out. We had to smash it out in the end because it was tucked right under the tiles here. But anyway, it's out. What I'm going to do is take these flexes off, put a couple of isolation valves on there, offer this into position. I don't think it's too far off, to be fair. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, with that in one-handed, with that in there, yeah, we'll get that. It's got this little bit of boxing here. It's boxed off a little bit here, and I wondered why. And then obviously there's a little conduit running down the back, so whoever's done it in the first place, box that off, or just batten that off and fixed it there. But the old basin just cut into the architrave a little bit here. But either way, we'll hopefully get this other one back in. But what I'm going to do is quickly put 2 isolation valves on there so we can get the water back on. So that's that basin in. We'll tidy this up in a bit. We'll silicone around there and tidy that up and make that look nice. But yeah, it was alright actually. All the fittings sort of lined up. The waste lines up with the waste on the new basin, which was nice. And box that in and make that good afterwards. So yeah, nice. We'll just turn it on now. See how we're getting on. Make sure that's off. That one and that one. Fucking every time. Airlocks. For fuck's sake. Every single time. We've all done it. Catches you out. It's going to go again, isn't it? There we go. Get out. Airlocks, we've all done it. Spits everywhere, it goes all round. So that's those rads done. That one's done in the hallway. The decorative one's done there. I've siliconed around the basin and underneath a little bit, but I think Phil's going to decorate and do stuff in here anyway. We've repressurised the boiler, just fired it up, and it's all nice and warm now. Don't know why I touched that, that's not getting warm. All good there. So what we'll do now, we'll have a tidy up here, clear all this out, get all this hoovered out, get everything packed into the van, and then I'll do the outside tap just to finish the day off. This job is a perfect job for me to explain to you how the best way to go about time management. This job is a system flush. It's a system flush for a friend of mine who lives around the corner, and he said to me the other day, I came and sorted a rad out for him, he said to me the other day he wanted a system flush doing on this that he rents out. It's a little Airbnb, he rents it out. There's no one in here till Friday. So I put in for tomorrow to come and do it. However, unfortunately, my grandson has fractured his foot, so tomorrow morning I've got to take him to the fracture clinic in Warwick to be plastered up. So that just meant I was going to lose a couple of, probably 2 or 3 hours tomorrow morning on this job. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up this afternoon, get the Magnacleanse unit on. As I say, there's no one in here till the weekend, so it's perfect. Get the Magnacleanse unit on, strap it into where the Magnaclean is. I'll show you in a minute how we do it. And then that just means that I can put the solution in, the cleaner solution, to break down the sludge and the crap in the system, and I can set the time clock on the board to come in a couple of hours every hour or so through the night, just to get it flushed around the system. So when I come tomorrow, I don't know, I might get here till 11 o'clock once they've faffed around at the hospital. The bulk of it's already done, so then I can go around, see where we're at with the rads, rattle the rads with the agitator, get it completely cleared out. But it just means I've got a bit of a head start on it. So I just wanted to explain how sometimes you can just shift a few little jobs around and it makes the following day, or it just keeps your timeline of jobs to work. We'll get this connected in now. I'll leave it on here, leave it running through the night, and get basically a head start on the flush of this system. So if you've not seen one of these Magnacleanse units, I'll quickly show you how they work. They're basically a Magnaclean just enlarged with 2 huge magnet rods inside, similar to what goes inside a Magnaclean, but obviously a lot bigger. Connect this one up, connect that end onto where the Magnaclean goes. I'll show you that in a minute. And obviously flow goes in here, return comes out of here. All your central heating system water will run through this pot, then back down through this pot. The magnets will clean up everything. Now when we fire it up, you'll probably see this hose will be your black crap going in, and this hose over time just becomes clear. You've also got a drain off there. You connect to the hose externally to drop the system out. So that's that end. We connect that up, bolt them all in, 2 lever valves on there so we can isolate it. And then what we'll do now, we'll turn the Magnaclean off on the 2 valves there, whip it off, and then what you get with the kit is this that basically connects back onto, but replaces where the Magnaclean is there, but really, and diverts everything through that. So we'll whip that off, get this on, and I'll show you the next part. Wow, that was a bit of a pig. So what this does now, this will just push on to where that Magnaclean unit was, like so. And then what we'll do, we attach the other end of the hoses. So what we'll do, we'll leave that in overnight, and it will just run around. So I'll fire it up a couple of times over the night, maybe 2 or 3 hours during the night, and everything will get caught in the Magnacleanse unit. Then when we come tomorrow, we can drop the system out, flush it through a few times, then get the cleaner in it, run it up with the cleaner, agitate the rads, get it as clean as we possibly can. And then once we've done all of that, flush it all through with clean water, get the whole system clean so it's like crystal clear. Then we should put the corrosion inhibitor in. But for now, with it still shut off, the water's in these pipes up to these valves. What we'll do is we'll pour a litre of the power cleaner in it, then we'll fill the system, pressurise the system up and run it up. The good thing with these Magnacleanses is, you know, some people power flush systems. I like using these because you put in no more pressure on the system than it's used to, because the pressure in it, 1.5 bar, the system pump is running it, so it's cleaning the pump, cleaning everything, but you're not over pressurising the system. Pressurising the system up, you could have weak fittings in it, it could blow, whereas you'd like to think because we're running this at the pressure the system has always been run at, it should be all right. So let's bang this in the top of there and get the system filled up. So now we'll pop the rods back in, make sure they're nice and tight. Make sure that one's tight. And then what we'll do, we'll open up the lever valve. So that's the system. Everything now is running through this, through the hole heating system, and we'll just give them a little vent. Right, that's the heating fired, so in a second we should see some movement through the Magnacleanse unit. So we just fired the boiler up. Flow is getting nice and hot, so it's flowing up, which tells us that we know this is connected to return before it goes back into the boiler. So it's coming down through here into the bottom of the Magnacleanse unit, through them two filters, through them two magnets, back up, and then back into the boiler. So we'll leave this running. I'll just run it up for half an hour or so. Then I'm going to set the time clock for it to come on various times through the night. So it's just circulating around, getting the solution that we've added in that gets rid of the sludge and breaks down all the crap that's in the system. So that's going to be working overnight when the boiler's firing up, and then we can come in tomorrow, drain it down, flush it through, get the cleaner in it, and repeat this process a few times, and make sure we're getting nice and red hot. And then I can go around with the thermal imaging camera, making sure all the rads are hot from top to bottom, no cold spots in them, no like the pyramid effect in the middle where all the crap builds up at the bottom. Right, it is now the following day. I've just got back from taking my grandson to have a plaster cast put on his foot. Yes, he had fractured the top of his foot, which was not very nice, but at least I sat with him, got it done. Now, as I said yesterday, I let this run all through the night, set the timer for it to come in for a couple of hours on, a couple of hours off, and it's done its thing. So we're back here now. I've just ramped it right up to 30 degrees. I've been round, shut each rad off individually. So there's 6 rads. I've shut 6 of them off and just opened this one up. Then I've shut that one off, opened this one up, shut that one off, open the ones upstairs up, just to really circulate through them with the system cleaner that's in. And then what we're going to do now is, I've got the hose outside, we're going to shut the boiler off, open this up, flush the whole system through there. I may even shortly put the hose down on this drain here so that we can drain everything out of there and really flush it through. So we'll get those flushed through, then I'll put some clean water in it, flush it round for an hour, drop that out, then we'll put the next stage, which is the system cleaner in. This one, we'll put the system cleaner in it, leave that in for a couple of hours, run it up to temperature, agitate the radiators with the drill and the agitating device that comes with, here it is, I'll show you actually, well we've got it here. So this basically goes on the end of an SDS drill with a chisel action, and it just, we'll put a sock over the end, or I've got a little cover that goes on the end, and it just vibrates across the bottom of the radiators and just agitates all that iron filing sludge, stuff like that, iron oxide, and it just gets it all out of the system, and these catch it. So we'll get that done. We'll get this one flushed through because it's been in overnight, and we'll go from there. So we flushed that system through. We've got all the power cleaning solution out, and I'm just running it through now with cold water just to run it back up to temperature. Then we'll put the system cleaner in. But I just wanted to take you around and show you, if you can see it, how hot they are already. We've lost the big arc along the bottom. There was a lot of sludge build up at the bottom of these rads, so we've lost that. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just put the, so like 70 degrees on the top, and obviously you're going to get a little bit of difference through the bottom, 65 degrees on the bottom. And then upstairs, I'll show you upstairs. You can also see heating pipes coming through the floor, which is quite good. But we've got this rad here, and as you can see, this one's great. What have we got? 73 on the top, 70 on the bottom. So yeah, it's really flushing it through, and that is with just the main system cleaner, getting rid of the sludge and the crap. So what we'll do now, give it 10 minutes or so now, we'll flush the system again, dropping the whole system, venting all the rads, dropping all the water out of the system, refill it, and we'll put the system cleaner in it. So what you've got on the end of here is, it's called the agitator. You put your drill into sort of chisel mode, and it just vibrates back and forth ever so slightly. But what's best thing to do is to put something over the end of it, just in case. I mean, you don't usually, but just in case that marks a rad. So we'll put this towel over the end of it, and you basically just rub it along the bottom of the rad, and up the little fins, and it just reverberates the rad that fast, it just moves the crap inside. So you pop this on there, and I'll show you. So just sort of hold that there and go. If you're doing it in someone's house, just let them know, because it is proper noisy as well. Now, if you haven't got one of them, I have seen people do it with like a rubber mallet. I mean, this Erbauer drill is perfect for it. You know, as I said before, these Erbauer stuff is pretty good, and I think that with a 5-amp battery, it's about 130 quid from Screwfix. And I've genuinely caught out 4-inch holes through walls with that, and it's spot on. So, but we'll see how we get on with this. There we go. It's been about 20 minutes now since we've done that rad, and as you can see, it's spot on now. We've got rid of that slightly. It was only a very slight difference in the top to the bottom, but we've near on eliminated all of that now. So what we'll do now is the system cleaner's in it. We'll leave it. It's probably been in hour and a half now. So what we'll do now is flush it through again, give it another complete fresh load of water in there, flush that through for an hour, and then drop the system out, drop all the rads out independently, doing each one at a time, and then get the inhibitor in it, and that just stays in there. Once that's in there, it's sealed in, and away you go. That just stays within the system and hopefully keeps all the sludge and whatnot down. So, right, we'll carry on now, get the rest of this flushed through. So there we go, the whole system is flushed through now. So all we've got to do now, I'm just turn the boiler down, turn the temperature down on the clock, let the boiler run on for 5 minutes, then we'll uncouple this off, put the original Magnaclean on, and drop the inhibitor into that tub, turn it on, and then we can run the heating up. And then we'll take, I don't expect there to be a great deal of crap in here, but we shall take the rods out and just see what's come out of it. Even if you're taking a tiny little bit out, it's better than it all rattling around the boiler. So we'll get this disconnected, get the Magnaclean unit back on, have a bit of a tidy up, and run the heating up and just see what we've got in there. So we pour the inhibitor straight into there. And when we open it up, that'll just go straight into the system. There we go. Just pinch tight there and open the valves back up. That's it. And then we'll just top the heating back up, 1.5 bar. So we've disconnected the hoses. I've undone this. I'll show you what's in there. There's not a great deal, which we didn't think there would be, but there is some. So some is better than nothing. Small amount. And again in the other one. So a small amount, but something is better than nothing. And it will just keep the system running a lot better, a lot more efficient. All the rads are getting hot all the way down, we know that. So yeah, the customer's going to be pretty chuffed with that. We'll have a tidy up now, get all this cleaned up, get it all wiped down, and that's about it.